Welcome for another ride with me today. So before we start the ride, I decided to show you a bit on the map where we're going to go. So here, if you follow the line on the map, it's the route that we are going to take today. I decided to do that for you guys to have a better idea of where I'm going, because sometimes it might be a bit confusing when you are not there. So just have a look and enjoy the ride with me. So here we start on one of the small roads at the back of Cenang that leads to the what we call big highway at the back of Cenang. And on the left there is a small village. As you can see, we have a really nice sunrise at the background. It was a really quiet morning, and of course because of the lockdown there's not many people. I prefer using this road compared to the big highway at the back of Cenang, because it's much nicer to go through those small roads and you can see a lot of animals, a lot of nice things on the way. As you can see, we had a bit of rain the past few days, so I got a bit wet in some areas. I did this ride really early in the morning. It was around 8 a.m. So that's why we don't really see a lot of people outside, and we just have the sunrise in the background, which makes it really perfect. Here we are back on the main road at the back of Cenang, and along this road is where we used to have the night market on Thursdays. So it's been a long time we didn't see any crowded areas or all the nice stalls with the really good food, but it's just to give you an idea of where we are right now. Here in the background you can see a big green building. So this is Villa Thai, which is a homestay where it used to be a lot of people, but nowadays pretty quiet because not many tourists. As you can see, everything is still closed because it's really early in the morning, so even the food stalls were not open yet. They could only open by 8 a.m. in the morning, and because there's not many people on the way, people prefer to open a bit later. We're arriving at the traffic light just at the beginning of Cenang Road. So this is the main junction to go to Cenang or to go to this road or to the airport. The small road I'm going to take for this ride is located just in front of me. So from here, maybe you cannot really see it properly, but as I move on, you will see it's really just by the traffic lights. So it's really hidden a little bit on the side. From here, you can actually go to the beach or go to the village I will show you. We start to see a bit of people on the way, which is good, early morning, and you see the sun is really bright and this area is so pretty. I really like to go and cycle there. It's really relaxing. So here you have a road on the left. So this road is the road that brings you to the end of Cenang beach through a nice little fishing village. I was not really ready for this bridge when I moved in, so I had to stop because I almost fell off the bike and I forgot to change the gear before going up. So let's go again. Here we are passing by this fence, which on the other side is a really famous restaurant called Smiling Buffalo, which is actually really nice and tasty food, and also the place is just beautiful. So just go have a look and enjoy the food there. The Smiling Buffalo Cafe is located inside a beautiful place with a homestay also. So it's more like a hotel with beautiful rooms and really beautiful backgrounds with a lot of trees and nature. So if you want more information, go have a look for it. There is not many people who know this back road, but it's actually really nice if you want to walk or ride. And here we have another bridge. The last part of this small road is actually really quiet. There's not many houses, just one or two on the side. I think there is so many nice small village roads in Langkawi in general that are not really known from most people. And it's really nice to just go explore. So sometimes I just do it in purpose. I just go and kind of get lost just to try to figure out where am I. And I like not to use the GPS, for example, before I go for a walk or the ride, and just let it go and see where I end up. And that's when I actually found out the most beautiful places on the island. Here we are arriving at the end of this small road, and if you go on the right, you go back to the main road that leads you from Cenang to the airport. But I'm going to go on the left side. Here we are passing by another beautiful resort called the Temple Tree Resort with old houses with colonial style. It used to be part of the Bonton Resort, but now it's two separate resorts. And if you go inside, you feel like you're in another place. It even feels like you're in Penang and not in Langkawi anymore. And actually, inside, one of the house was brought all the way from Penang and rebuilt here, which is pretty amazing when you think about it. I really recommend everyone to go have a look at this beautiful place. You might wonder where this road leads. Actually, this road leads to a small marina where some boats used to leave to go to Thailand, to Koh Lipe. But also to the beginning of the wave breaker where we could walk all the way inside, and it's actually a really nice view, especially for sunsets. But nowadays, because of the lockdown, we cannot really use that road anymore. This area is not really well developed, but on the left you can see one place called the Honey Badger Hut Hostels. And then as we move on a bit further, we're arriving in front of the Smiling Buffalo Cafe, which I mentioned previously from the back. Here on the right, you can see a red road. So this is actually the road to the wave breaker like I mentioned before. So I'm just going to continue straight directly to the marina so you can have a look. And on the left side, you can see some boats. So it's actually all the way from the beach to this marina. There is fishing boats parked there. Here we are arriving almost at the end, so you can start to see on the left the sea already. In the background, we can see some hills, which is actually another island called Pulau where there is another marina for people who have yachts that can park there all year round. This island is not really populated a lot, and there's only one resort there where you can go for food and just enjoy at night, which is called Vivanta. And here I am at the parking lot of this place, and as you can see in the background, the view is pretty beautiful. So again, we can see Rebak Island on the left, and on the right, the other hill is actually Machinchang Mountain, where you have the cable car and the waterfall called Seven Wells. So I give you a bit of a better view of that just there. After a short rest, I'm going back, and I will bring you back to the road in Cenang through another small road that was hidden and that we didn't really see on the way here. Here we go, a lot of water again, but like I said, it started to rain a bit over the past few days, so it's been really wet on the island, which is good after the dry season that we had. Look at this beautiful sun in the background with the cloud. It's actually quite amazing. I love Langkawi for a lot of reasons, and actually nature is quite amazing everywhere. We just have to remind ourselves every day that what is around us is just amazing, and we just have to enjoy it a bit more and spend again more time outside. here on the way back, we can actually see the boat a bit better on my right compared to when we came in. So it's a lot of fishermen's boats that go at night, especially to fish squid. And here, just to show you a little bit more, that road on the left that goes to the wave breaker. If you remember, we came from that big road on the left, right? So to go back, we're actually going to pass here on the right, on these small parking lots that actually lead to a small road at the back. And if you look properly, it's not a concrete road, but a paved road with beautiful square and design on it, which is totally different than the rest of the road that we can see all the way. Here again on the right, you can see the same river that we just passed before with a lot of fishing boats, but it's a bit more clear to see here because there's a bit less vegetation on the side. And when you pass there, you actually realize there's hundreds of those boats waiting there because right now it's locked down and they are not at sea as often as they used to be before. I don't know if you remember that first bridge that I passed on the way where I a little bit fell because I was not prepared. So it's actually here, we are just back to it from the other side. So we are going through and we are going back to where we were at the beginning on the same road. Here on the right, it's again that small road that leads to the beginning of Cenang beach by the Pelangi resort. I don't know about you, but for me it was a really enjoyable ride and I'm almost back now on the main street by the traffic lights. Here it is, so if you're around or one day you want to visit this area, go for it. I hope you enjoyed the ride with me today and will join me on my next adventure. Thank you from A Walk in Nature and see you again!